Okay, let's get it jumping. How you guys doing? Love your soul, not your role. So here we go. So here's one thing that we all have to understand. We have thoughts that we don't even notice that are there. Thoughts that occur all the time, every day, when something happens. So these thoughts have been conditioned by people who helped you grow up, right? Mainly your parents. Some of them don't understand this, and they don't want the parents to get upset because of it, because you can't teach something to somebody that you don't know. So if you don't know something, you can't teach it. If you're a certain way, that's just the way you are. But, so your thoughts that you think on a daily basis when something happens, whether it's good or bad, are thoughts that are given to you or designed to happen to you because you were trained that way, unknowingly, right? So when you have these thoughts that are unnoticed, so they're just automatic thoughts. So say when you are at work and your boss comes over and he says something to you or she says something to you, and the first thought that you get, what is it? What's that first thought that you get? It's usually a negative thought. Usually it's a negative thought. Oh, I did something wrong. Oh, what happened now? Something negative. So that is already instilled in you from childhood, from someone, one of your parents, your dad, your mom, both, friends, people who taught you how to think, because you didn't know how to think. You didn't have that process, but they taught you without them knowing. So, because they're not trained in the art of thought, right? They just live life and they think that they're teaching you the right thing, and for the most part they are, but they're formulating a thought process in you that you have no control over. So this is an automatic thought. Now, usually, again, it's a negative thought when something occurs, even if it's something happy. So these things, that type of thought process is something that you have to attempt to be aware of. So there are things that we're going to be able to talk about to help you become aware of those automatic thoughts. That's the first step that we're going to take, right? What are my automatic thoughts? You want to be able to recognize, you want to notice those automatic thoughts. The shades is causing some weird reflection on my glasses. So anyway, so that's the first step. You want to recognize your automatic thoughts. So where do they come from is obvious, right? They come from your thought process. However, how did they get there? I'm telling you, right? These things were instilled in you without you knowing, and without even the person that instilled them in you knew. So you can be in a situation when you were a child. Most of it comes from when you're a child. When you're around your mom, your parents, or whatever kind of situation. Say you're in a sports game, right? You're a soccer player, and then something happens. You get hit with the ball. Your mom or your dad go, "Oh my gosh, something happens," and then, but it begins a lot younger than that. So probably before the age of 7. Certain things that your parents said to you, certain ways that they treated you, is going to be thought. They're going to be thoughts that you carry on into your adulthood without you even knowing it. Most of us forget most of our childhood, for the most part. If you were traumatized, you forget your childhood. If you weren't, you probably won't. You probably have a good recollection because it was good. It was nothing that your subconscious thinks or your consciousness thinks it needs to forget so that you can go on. So, automatic thoughts, you want to understand, what are they? When are they triggered? Why are they triggered? Who triggers them? Where are they triggered the most? Now, these are things that you have to write down. These are things that you have to recognize. You have to identify. And that's what's going to help you, us anyway, love our soul and not our role. That's going to help us understand how we process things mentally that will affect us emotionally, that will eventually affect us physically. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Let me know what you get out of this. If you guys can, write a list down if you want to. If not, you don't have to. But we're getting into what this platform is all about, what this talk is all about. Okay? So that's the first one. Let's see what happens on the next one. Love your soul, not your role. See you then.